So are you ready for a seismological tour in the Mediterranean zone, searching for earthquakes, searching for waves, searching for maybe subduction zone, interesting things like that? So we will do a practical activity, and you will, well, I wish you can use the chat to answer me and to win points, because it will be a little challenge and you will have to work, okay? And you will have to win some points. And at the end, we will give the best teachers, okay? So follow me. So the first step is to go on EduMed website. So you can go on Google and click EduMed website, EduMed, and then make sure you have it in English, okay? So if you want, I can do it with you and I can share my screen with you. And then tell me in the chat if everything is okay for everybody, if you can connect to with EduMed, okay? So here I will try to. Okay. Partage temps pause. Okay. So can you see?
Non, on ne voit pas le web.
Okay. So let me just check that I'm sharing nouveau partage. Here.
Launch
okay.
the presentation. Launch the presentation.
Okay. It's okay with that?
Yes.
Yes. Great.
Okay.
So now I think for you it's better to put it in English. So you have an English version here, here, and then you can visit you can go to data center and then click on Seismo, okay? And now you can arrive on this Seismo page. So it's a Seismo database of EduMed. So there are many interesting things like that in this page. And you can see here the network of the seismological stations. And the first exercise for you will be to click on recent seismic events, okay? And now I would like you to find the highest earthquake in magnitude that happened in the Mediterranean zone in the last period. So I let you like 30 seconds to search, to look for the highest earthquake. So you can look on this table, and you can you can see the magnitude, you can see the places of the epicenters. So now maybe you can write on the chat the highest magnitude that you can find in the last period. And if you get the good answer, you get 1 point. I'm going to activate the chat. Everybody can use the chat or not? No. Maybe, I think there's no chat available, so it's not a big deal. Maybe someone can use the micro and maybe tell me the highest magnitude of the last highest earthquake. Oh. So you can look for that. For the people who are very easy with this kind of data on a database, I can give you an advice. So this advice is to use to download the file. So you can click on download CSV file, and then you can open it with Excel or numbers. Okay. So you can download and you open it with Excel, and then you just rank it. So if you want, I can show you. You download, up, you have it. Then you click on Ouvrir. Here, with numbers, okay. Here you go. And then you find that the highest magnitude of the last earthquake was 5. So did someone find it or not?
Yes.
Yes, great. So can you, so everybody is seeing my, my screen? Yes, good. Okay, so now, guys, we are going just to extend the zone of the study, and we are going to do the same exercise with the whole world. So can you click on world here, world, and then you are going to discover a new database, which is the database of the earthquakes everywhere in the world in the last period. So here you're gonna discover other earthquakes with a higher magnitude. And now I'm gonna give you again 30 seconds to find out the highest earthquake of the last period. So you can look behind, well, you can look in December, November, and October if you want. And then don't hesitate to use the micro. I would be very happy to hear you, and I would be very happy to hear somebody, because you know I'm alone in this room in my school. So if someone can use the micro, it would be great. So in the word. So, or you can do something like that, or you can do download CSV file and then you rank. So Fotis, I can see you, Fotis. So can you tell me the highest magnitude that you can see on your screen?
My screen, the highest magnitude is 5.5, 5.6, as I can see.
Yes.
5.1.
So I can give you some advices, guys. You can go until last October, until the end of October. Maybe you will find something,
yes, but
very.
We can also see in your screen.
So
5.8.
Yes. 5.8. Yes. Can you see
Chile,
something else?
In Chile, where else? 6.7.
Yes.
So islands, yes, the Deccanese Islands. Islands in our country.
Yes, exactly. I would like to say in which country. It's obviously in Greece. So this is a special hello to our
organized.
Greek
It's organized everything on Greece.
Yes. So
sorry.
yes, so in this database, we can discover the last earthquakes. So for people who are wondering where this data comes from, you can see source here. So it's a CSEM. So it's really true data. And so we are happy to discover that in like 2 months ago, a very big earthquake of 6.7 happened in Greece, okay? Close to Turkish, okay? So now we can say, wow, but this is incredible. Let's see if the network, if the EduMed network, if the Insegnati Etna network was able to register it, okay? So if we want to see that, we can click on Seismo network, okay? So you can click on Seismo network. Can everybody seeing that? Yes. And then you can zoom. So you can zoom, and here you will discover many things. So I let you 3 seconds, and maybe someone can tell me the difference between the red buttons, like that, and the orange buttons, like that. So you can click everywhere you want on your screen on Edumed. Here. So Crystal in Greece, can you hear me? Yes. So do you have an idea what is the difference between the red the red buttons like that in your country and the orange buttons?
It's not very. It's not easy to be seen.
Do you think it's the same?
No, it's not the same.
So
Maybe the red is something more, maybe with the biggest magnitude or a deeper earthquake, something like that.
Yes.
Or maybe orange one or educational stations.
Yes.
Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. So orange are educational station. So maybe my friend Giuseppe can confirm that we will look for his station in Bronte. Bronte, this is the station that is
Giuseppe Patti. Yeah.
Yes. And in red, you have events. So in red, it is earthquakes, okay? So you can see the little earthquakes with magnitude and etc. Okay. So we are happy because we can see on this great network made of educational stations and research stations that the whole Mediterranean area is covered. Okay. So I think we have good chances to see the earthquake of 6.5 magnitude. So I think maybe we can look for that, and we can look for that, and maybe we can see the waves. Okay. So are you ready to keep on the adventure of Mediterranean exploration? So let's click on Dayplots helicorders. Okay. So if you click on Dayplots helicorders, now you can discover helicorders of every station of the network. So this is great because you can access to many seismograms, and you can study those seismograms with your students. So these are all the seismograms registered everywhere in Europe or elsewhere, thanks to Edumed network. And now what we're going to do is to find, maybe you can find your station. So I don't know, maybe Fotis and Crystal and maybe Elder, you can look for your station. Maybe Elder, you can look on his station in Porto here. Fotis, you can look for your station in Greece, and then you can see the name of your station. Okay. Once you have the name of your station, you can go on Dayplots helicorder, and then you look for the good station. So what we are going to study is the earthquake, the main earthquake, the earthquake of 6.5 in Greece. And this earthquake happened on October 13. Okay? So you can go on October, you click 30, okay? And now we can see if in Bronte, so you can look Bronte, the name of the station, Bronte, per gli italiani, Bronte, okay. October 13, and then you will discover the seismogram. Here we go. So we have very good news because apparently in Bronte, the October 13, something happened, okay? So maybe someone in in this great team can tell me the arrival time of the waves in Bronte? So it's the arrival time of the P waves in Bronte. So if you do that, you win 1 point. So how can you read that? Fotis, because it's, sorry, it's you are the only one I can see on Zoom. So I will ask you many things. Fotis, can you tell me the
You can ask also Konstantina Chrysantakopoulou.
Okay, Konstantina.
We are from the
Can
same
you tell
school.
me the precise arrival time of the
I
Sorry.
don't
wave
know.
in Bronte?
I don't know how to read the seismogram. I
Okay,
see
don't worry.
many hours here and see a very large green area. So I think this is the earthquake, but I don't know how to distinguish the arrival time.
Okay, so maybe I'm gonna ask to our Italian colleague, maybe Giuseppe. Giuseppe, mi senti Giuseppe?
Ti sento.
Bello, bello. Allora, mi puoi dire a che ora sono arrivate le onde P alla tua stazione a Bronte?
La mia stazione a Bronte è arrivate le onde P alle ore, scusa un attimo, ma non... alle ore 12, 11.
11 e cosa?
E il rosso, il terremoto?
Sì, ma 11 e 15, 11 e 30, 11...
Non so rispondere, sono impreparato.
11:30.
11 e 30? Siete
11:30.
sicuri?
Quasi.
Forse posso chiedere a Maria. Maria, secondo te, a che ora le onde del terremoto sono arrivate a Bronte? So, which is the precise arrival time of the P waves in Bronte?
11:10.
11:50?
Sì, brava. Chi è? Sei Daniela che ha parlato?
Concetta, sono Concetta.
Ah, brava Concetta. So
Ciao.
Concetta is saying at 11 and 15. Yes, 11:15. So, yes, Concetta, sei la più brava.
Grazie. Sono stata attenta.
Brava. Quindi è 11:50. So I will translate it in English. So indeed, it is at 11 and 15 minutes that the first waves were arriving in Bronte. So how to read that? So this is for you, Fotis and Konstantina. Here you can see the time of the day, the hours, and here minutes. Can you see with my mouse? So you can see that the first event is here, precisely here. Can you see that? And here, apparently, it is 11, okay, 11, and here it's 15, 13, 45. So we can say at 11 and maybe 50, 55 minutes, something like that, okay? And then this is all the waves. So we can say P waves and maybe here S waves. So someone can tell me how long the earthquake lasts in Bronte? The people could feel it since 11 and 55 minutes until what?
10 minuti. Circa 10 minuti.
8 minutes environ, non? Non.
Comment, Maria?
8 minutes environ.
8 minutes?
Non, 8 minutes. Pardon. Non. 8 secondes.
So Maria is proposing 8 seconds for the earthquake. I would like to hear other people because you know what? I'm not sure it is 8 seconds. Sorry, Maria.
Oui, yes.
Maria, peut-être tu peux me proposer une durée différente. Regarde, les ondes commencent à arriver ici.
Ah,
là où
ok,
il y a
ok, ok, ok. Moi, je ne suis pas spécialiste de la matière, donc c'est pas facile pour moi.
Oui, pas de problème.
Oui.
Maybe 40 minutes, Patrick.
40 minutes, Patrick Stroza, yes. Until until which time of the day?
Until 12:30, maybe 30,
Yes.
35.
Yes, exactly. I think we can say that this earthquake has been recorded in Bronte from 11:55 until midday, and maybe 25 minutes or 30 minutes. Okay, so this is in green. It is the waves that are arriving in Bronte and that are being recorded in Bronte. Okay, so is it okay for you with that? Yes. So maybe we can keep on going because this is very interesting. We have a very good record of this earthquake, but maybe we can do even better. So I propose you to click on case studies. Okay, case study. Okay, case study. Everybody is here. Yes. And now, look, you have on the first, the first case study.
Yann, pardon, on a un problème avec un micro qui fait du bruit, donc qui fait du bruit. Donc, ce serait mieux que les gens ferment leur micro, sauf pour répondre, parce que.
Okay, pas de problème, Jordi. So maybe could you turn off your micro, please, if you don't use it? Maybe Daniela. Ah si, grazie. Merci beaucoup. Super. So,
Dépêche-toi.
Comment?
Il te reste 5 minutes.
Ok, on y va. So now you can click on open with Tektoglob 3D. So did you see that? You go on case studies and then you click on open with Tektoglob 3D. So this is a software, okay? Software Tektoglob 3D, okay? If you want, everything will be written on the PowerPoint. You will have it. So now we are going to continue the investigation, okay? And we are going to work on this Dodecanese Island event, okay? So you can see the epicenter. So epicenter, you have to click here on the red point, and then it will appear here in the middle of the Greece. So we are close to Greece and Turkey, okay? Close to Izmir. So this is the epicenter, okay? So this earthquake has been recorded by many sensors, many seismological stations, and you can see here all the waves, all the seismograms. So here in RAN 1, it is a station. Maybe someone of the Italian team can tell me where is RAN 1, in which city? Maybe Concetta? Concetta, do you know where RAN 1 is?
Randazzo.
Bello. Bello. Sì.
Oh, yes.
So Randazzo. Randazzo, it's the name of the seismological station that recorded the earthquake. Then we have Bro 1, so it's Bronte. And we are happy to see that this earthquake has been recorded everywhere in Europe. So in CBBF, which is here close to Monaco, but also Cuneo. So Cuneo has also recorded that earthquake, okay? And then CIV, which is our school here where I am today. Then many stations here of Fabrice, Moureau. And then you know what? I'm happy to show you that this earthquake has been recorded even very far away from European. So maybe you can click on HPHP, HPAP, And HPHP, it's a seismological station in Haiti. So in Haiti, here, the station has recorded the event. Okay, so this is great. You can click on this seismogram and then you can see the waves of the Greek earthquake. And then we can do even better. You can click on Moore. And Moore is a station in French Polynesia. And in French Polynesia, you also have a seismogram, okay, that you can see here. So in Tectoglobe 3D, you can 3D, sorry, you can study everywhere in the world. So now we're going to do a little exercise very quickly. You are going to measure a velocity of the P waves. So to measure a velocity of a P wave, you need distance and you need a time, okay? And in this software, which is in English, you can click on, you can click on actions, okay? So if you click on actions, so everybody can click on action with me, please. Are you ready? Action, and then measure distance, okay? And to measure distance, you only have to click on the 2 points you want to measure, okay? So I propose you to click on the epicenter here in Greece, and then Bronte, okay? If you want to be more precise, you can zoom, okay? You can zoom like that, and you can even start again, A and Bronte, okay? So someone can tell me the distance in kilometers between the earthquake, between the epicenter and Bronte? If you tell me the good distance, you win 1 point. Nobody?
1062 chilometri.
Ah, grazie Concetta. Thank you, Concetta. So the distance is 160 kilometers, okay? So we are happy because we have a distance, but now we have to go back to seismograms. So please click on seismograms and display seismograms, okay? And now you are happy because you discover again the seismograms, okay? So the idea is to have the precise arriving time of the P waves in Bronte, okay? So you can go on Bronte or Randazzo, but let's say Bronte. And Bronte, you can zoom with your mouse. Do you see what I am doing right now? Okay, so here you can zoom on the all seismogram and you can see even the P waves, even the S waves, other waves. And now in Bronte, you can use your mouse and you can put your mouse at the precise time of the very first time arrival of the P waves, okay? So maybe I can leave you 20 seconds to give me the precise time of the arrival of the wave. Carlo, do you hear me? Carlo, maybe you can give me the precise time of the P waves arrivals. No. Pierre, maybe Pierre, do you hear me? No.
Yes, I hear.
Ah, great, Pierre. So Pierre, can you give me the precise time of the arrival of the P waves in Bronte, thanks to this?
Yes. Well, it depends when you decide that there is a signal and not just noise, but it is around 11:53 and 44.8 seconds.
Yes, great. Thank you very much. Well, we will say, to simplify and to use it at school, let's say with students, that for us, the first signal that we record is a seismological signal. Okay, even if you're right, maybe it could be noise. But I think Julien has also done a good job with this signal, so we can really consider that here there is no signal and here a signal. So we are happy because we have the precise time, so 11:53 minutes. And now you just have to have the precise time of the earthquake, of the event. And so there's many ways to discover the precise time of the earthquake, but maybe you can also read it here on this software. So maybe someone can tell me when was the earthquake? So the time of the earthquake in Greece. No? Okay, so I can show you how to do that. So you have you can go back to EduMed website, and on EduMed website you can see the precise time of the earthquake. Or maybe, because we are a little bit late, you can use the mouse here. So maybe you can see it on my screen. And here you can see that there is a red line. And the red line, so above the seismogram, you can see duration time. So here the duration time is 139 seconds. Okay, you can do like that here. Okay, or let's say 140 seconds. So this precise duration time is the duration time between the earthquake in Greece and the earthquake record in Bronte. So it means that in 140 seconds, the waves has done how many kilometers, Conchetta? So it was
in chilometri.
It was 1,000.
1054.
See, so it was 1,050 kilometers. So now I let you calculate the velocity of these waves. So maybe you can guess that you will have something like 7 kilometers per second. And the last thing, and then I will leave you. If you want to be sure if your value is correct or not correct, you can click here on Prem Model. And on Prem Model, here, on Prem Model, you will discover the theoretical speed waves. Okay, so this is the theoretical speed of the waves, of the seismological waves. And here you can see, if you click, that at the very first beginning of the crust, the P waves have a speed of like 6 or 7 kilometers per second. Okay, so it means that the waves between Greece and Bronte have a normal speed. Okay, if you want, you can also use it hodochrone. So hodochrone will be the same. Here you can use 140 seconds here, and you will discover the distance. If you want, you can click here to have it more precise. Okay, and I will conclude with that. If you want to study more in more details this zone, you should compare the speed of the waves close to Bronte and maybe close to Cuneo. So it's very easy. You just have to calculate the speed until. Yes, I conclude. So you can just compare the speed from epicenter and Bronte and from epicenter and Cuneo, and you will discover that there is a very light difference. And obviously this little difference can be explained by the geological structure of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Okay, so thank you very much to everybody. I think, well, I hope you enjoyed.